Hi there, and welcome to this week's edition of Top End Track Talk. I'm Andrew O'Toole, and today we'll be having a look at this coming Saturday's meeting here at Fanny Bay, which of course is WS Cox Plate Day, the 24th of October. The last two meetings here in Darwin have been dominated by our leading trainers Phil Cole and Gary Clark. Cole settled up a four-timer here on the 3rd of September, while last week Clarkey bagged a treble. While they both have some good chances again this Saturday, it might be a day for their fellow trainers to have their moment in the winner's circle. Once again, small fields are the order of the day, but nevertheless a 5-race card has been assembled, and we'll see if we can steer you into a winner or two. The first race on Saturday is the Great Northern Super Crisp Handicap. What a great drop it is, that Great Northern. A 0 to 58 event over the sprint trip of 1,000 metres. It is time to go at 2:55 p.m. NT time, so a bit of a late afternoon start. And in the opener, my numbers are 1, 2 and 5. It was a really good run last week from number 1, Iacalio, trained by Pat Johnson and to be ridden again by Wayne Davis. It was a good second on that occasion, just 7 days ago, behind Frilly Design. Chased hard, was only beaten 1.3 lengths in the end. The only question mark for me, I suppose, is it's coming back in trip. It was 1,100 last week, back to the 1,000 this week. But in this small field, I think you'll get a real good run for your money on Iacalio. So number 1 on top for me. Ahead of the fresh runner, number 2, Dancer's Kin. Nowadays in the Chris Pollard stable, formerly trained of course by David Bates, and Barry Huppatz takes the mount. Has had 27 starts, doesn't win out of turns, only had the 2 wins, but 5 seconds and 8 thirds, and fresh up, could really give a sight. Hasn't raced since the 11th of July. And my third selection, number 5, Snippy Skippy. I've thrown this horse in on numerous occasions. Needs everything to go right, and hopefully with Jared Todd aboard for Chris Pollard, it can get a soft lead and might be able to finish in the placings. Numbers in the first, 1, 2 and 5. The second's the Silks Darwin Handicap. Silks will be busy this coming weekend, as you can imagine, with Cox Plate Day and then the grand final on. And of course then the NRL grand final on Sunday. So always a great place to go and enjoy a cold beverage and air conditioning. It's the benchmark 76, the Silks Darwin Handicap. It's over the 1,000 metres. My numbers are 2, 1 and 4. There'll be a ton of pace in this race with the likes of So Stoic, I'm Too Hot and Hope You Don't Mind engaged, and Dawn Raid and Colhoun. They're all really quick. But I've settled on number 2, So Stoic here, to bounce back to his best form. Alice Lindsay goes on, and I think that's a significant riding engagement. Claiming the 3 kilograms takes the horse's weight down from 58.5 to 55.5 kilograms. He won't have carried a weight in a grade like this for some time. In fact, his last start effort when he was 6 behind Kronos here on the 29th of August, he carried 59.5. So he's carrying 4 kilograms less this week. Drawn the 1 gate, last time out he actually was slowly into stride, which is unlike him, and that counted against him. If he can jump with them, he'll certainly be there or thereabouts when the whips are cracking. 2 on top for me, to beat the obvious 2 dangers. Number 1, I'm Too Hot. James Bell doing a great job with this little mare. She's won, Kim Gladwin takes them out for Gary Clark. I'm getting mixed up with Hope You Don't Mind. I'm Too Hot, trained by Clarkey, the 1,000 metre track record holder here. Kimmy Gladwin in the saddle. Great run last time out, went second on that 29th of August meeting behind Kronos. That was the race that So Stoic also competed in. Only has to jump and be there or thereabouts to get some of the money. And then for third, Hope You Don't Mind. James Bell doing a great job with this mare. She's won her last 2 over the 1,000 metres. She's up in grade this time, but she's down in weight, carries the 55 kilograms, and Jared Todd takes the mount. Be a great race, this one. 2, 1 and 4, my numbers. The third's the Ladbrokes Trobus Maiden. It's over the 1,300 metres for the non-winners. One of them will be a maiden no longer after Saturday, and my numbers here 7, 1 and 3. She made a very good impression, did exact replica on her first start here in Darwin, finishing second to her smart stablemate in Mini Boom. Mini Boom, of course, has come out and won again since. Alice Lindsay retains the mount, will claim again down to 54 kilograms, and I think on the strength of that first up effort over 1,100, she'll be hard to beat. Up in trip to 1,300, but looking at her earlier form, I don't think that will make any difference. 7 on top for me, ahead of number 1, Arthur Crown. Kimmy Gladwin for Cherie Lawler. A good run, I thought, last time behind Mini Boom. Finished 4th on that occasion, and that was 1,100. The step up and trip similarly shouldn't worry. And then for third, number 3, Dead Eye Deck. Another one that came out of that Mini Boom win here in Maiden Company. Jared Todd for Gary LaFoe, and I've got it in to run third. 7, 1 and 3 in the third. In the fourth, the Darwin Racing Handicap, it's the 0 to 64 over 1100 metres. Numbers here 4, 6 and 3. Found this a tricky little contest to sort out, but I settled on the fresh runner, number 4, Looking For You, trained by Phil Cole, Wayne Davis in the saddle. Has won fresh up before and has had a trial recently to fit it for this. It has yet to win at the Trips, probably the only question mark for me, but in what's an even lineup, I thought Looking For You was certainly a very good chance. 4 on top, to beat number 6, Twilight Manoeuvre from the Chris Pollard stable. Barry Huppett's aboard. Hasn't raced for 7 weeks, but when last presented, had a very, very good campaign, did Twilight Manoeuvre. And I think with that brief freshen up, can bounce back to good form here. And in for third, number 3, the very consistent Tornado of Souls, trained by Pete Stennett. Vanessa Arnott in the saddle. As I mentioned, very consistent type and should race very well again. 4, 6 and 3 in the fourth. And in the last, the Hot 100 Darwin Handicap, time to go, NT time 5:30. It's a 0 to 70. This one over the 1600 metres, and my numbers here 4, 2 and 3. He's backing up from a good win last week over this trip, number 4, Fort Knox, trained by Gary Clark, Jared Todd in the saddle. He was really good last week, winning in 0 to 58 company. Admittedly, steps up in grade here, but he is proven at the trip. Not the strongest lineup I've ever seen, and I think he can go back to back. 4 on top. To beat 2 with pleasure, another horse racing well. This one trained, of course, by Phil Cole, Alice Lindsay in the saddle. A win 2 starts back, then third last time out, and with pleasure should race consistently again. And in for third, number 3, a newcomer to the Cole stable. I Know Where You Live, Wayne Davis aboard. 2 seconds his last 2 starts in South Australia, and an interesting newcomer to the top end. 4, 2 and 3 in the last. Gone for 2 best bets of the day because I couldn't find a roughie. So the best bets of the day come up in race 3, number 7, Exact Replica. Race 3, number 7, Exact Replica. While in the last, race 5, number 4, Fort Knox. So those are the 2 best bets of the day. Race 3, number 7, Exact Replica, and race 5, number 4, Fort Knox. Well, that wraps up this edition of Top End Track Talk, but we'll be back again in advance of one of the great days on the Australian calendar. Of course, that's Melbourne Cup Day, the first Tuesday in November. That day this year is the 3rd of November. But until then, have a great Cox Plate Day. Good luck and good punting.